Yo, banging on the beat, breaking the concrete, defeating demons on a daily basis, glowing radiance, raising the consciousness to the most high status, lumen lyrical brightness, supreme natural intelligence. There's no coincidence that I'm rocking, feeding the knowledge to the masses. Vets and youth always speak the fire of truth, wisdom. Life is about growth and development, so build your light for the tests in life. Never give up, never let up. That's what's up. You know what time it is. So push forward, elevate your mind in the sun and rise.
Check it, listen, coming through fire bun. I'm an intellectual to the precise decimal of mathematical root radicals. So let's see this, I mean this, the fire of truth. From the sheer might, the fire of truth. Preach, teach, the fire of truth.
Just levitate, levitate, keep your head straight. Just levitate, levitate. Even if the world is so cold, we just levitate, levitate. Shed these lies.
Meditate, elevate, levitate, rise to the occasion, be patient, success does not come quickly, move swiftly, efficiently, make it count, big boy moves, big girl moves, big man moves, big woman moves, enjoy the process, that's a test of the quest to the west, show zest, invest in your nest, and be the best you can be, dressed to impress, express your gratitude, appreciation to the ones before you, let go of the stress, I suggest you progress your mind's willpower to devour the obstacles and challenges to become a champion. It's a great badge of honor to show yourself worthy in life's conquest, a never-ending cycle, school of learning.
Yeah.
All right, man, we back in the sanctuary, the fire of truth, my brothers and sisters. Hopefully this secondary program is going to do what it's supposed to. I don't know what's wrong with the primary one. I don't know, it keeps randomly shutting down. Even though I was on it for an hour just testing to make sure, and then all of a sudden when I actually go public, all of a sudden it messes up. But anyways, let's get right to the matter at hand, and let's get right to the message. Right. So as it says in the title, the master key to wisdom, Freemasonry, the hidden esoteric knowledge, foundational lumen consciousness. Listen to reason and listen to wisdom. So let's get right to it. Let's pull it back up. So as I mentioned before, we are continuing where we left off, as well as repeating and reiterating some of the information that we mentioned earlier regarding the foundational knowledge as it pertains to this. So let us get right to it. Morals and Dogma, Albert Pike. The 12-inch rule and the common Gaval. The forces unregulated or ill-regulated is not only wasted in the void, like of gunpowder burnt in the open air, and steam unconfined by science, but striking in the dark, and its blows meeting only the air. They recoil and bruise itself. It is destruction and ruin. It is the volcano. The earthquake, the cyclone, not growth and progress. It is Polyphemus, blinded, striking at random, and falling headlong among the sharp rocks by the impetus of its blows. The blind force of the people is a force that must be economized and also managed. So let me stop right there for a moment. So, Albert Pike is saying that the people, the masses, are powerful. However, they are unorganized, unstructured, and have too many different ways of thinking. And it's likened to a volcano. It's likened to gunpowder exploding. It's likened to the elements going wild. Cyclones, tempests, torrents, tidal waves that's going wild. The best way to control this power, this element, is through structure and order. What is structure and order? He says manage. Structure and order is the same as managing. What's another word for managing? Administration. What's another word of managing? Or regulating or controlling? Religion. The essence of religion is controlling yourself. However, since the people lack self-discipline, self-control, and self-esteem, they look for leaders. So leaders have to guide the masses to properly make use of their mental powers in unity. Listen to reason and listen to wisdom. So listen again. The blind force of the people is a force that must be economized and also managed, as the blind force of steam lifting the ponderous iron arms and turning the large wheels is made to bore and rifle the cannon and to weave the most delicate lace. It must be regulated by intellect. Did you hear that? It must be regulated by intellect. Intellect is to the people and to the people's force what the slender needle of the compass is to the ship, its soul. Always counseling the huge mass of wood and iron, and always pointing to the north to attack the citadels built up on all sides against the human race by superstitions, despotisms, and prejudices. The force must have a brain and a law. Did you hear that? Forces must have a brain and law, which is structure and order. Otherwise, it just moves at random, contradicting themselves, hypocriting. Forces got to be regulated and controlled through intelligence. That's why my name is Supreme Natural Intelligence. You got to use the intel within to move right in life. If you don't move right in life, you're going to receive a curse, a disease, a sickness, and illness. You're going to be harmed based on your actions if you don't think right, you don't talk right, you don't act right. For every cause, there's an effect. For every effect, there's a cause. That's why there's religion, structure and order, in other words. The real essence of religion is structure and order, morals and principles, guidance. Spirituality is the practice of interfacing, connecting, and have a relationship with the source of things. Spirituality is getting in tune with nature. And it's funny that this AI program put this slideshow right up when I'm talking about this point. It's interesting. It's powerful. You got to keep in mind, spirituality is all about connecting with the root and essence of life itself. Getting to the root and the essence of the matters. Spirituality is relationships. Spirituality is growth and development. You can't have growth and development in life if you have chaos all the time. Sometimes chaos is necessary to bring forth positive change for growth and development, but most of the time, destruction harms most of the operations on the planet. That's why when you bring destruction in, there must be structure and order with the destruction. It must be organized in a certain fashion when you use destruction. There is no creation. Creation can't happen until destruction takes place. Destruction can't take place if there's no creation. They work in tandem. They complement each other. The two polarities that appear to be opposites are complements. Sheesh! We breaking it down today, my brothers and sisters. You know what time it is. Sheesh. It's all about knowledge of self. Foundational Lumen consciousness. Look within to win.
What? Slow motion this side.
So let us get through this. You need to hear this again because this is powerful. The blind force of the people is a force that must be economized and also managed. In other words, united we stand stronger. Together we rise higher. One mind, one accord, one thought, big movements. Big boy moves, big girl moves, big man moves, big woman moves. That's a test of the quest to the west. Show zest, invest in your nest, and be the best you can be. Dress to impress. Express your gratitude to the ones who came before you. Let go of the stress. I suggest to progress your mind's willpower to devour the barriers, the obstacles, and challenges before you. Let's go. Brother Jakob, what's poppin'? So the blind force of the people is a force that must be economized and also managed, administered, regulated. As the blind force of steam lifting the ponderous iron arms and turning the large wheels is made to bore and rifle the cannon and to weave the most delicate lace. It must be regulated by intellect. Highlight this. By intellect. Let this be marinated in you. Intellect. Let it be seasoned and spiced with the intellect marination, which is intel in your genes. When you have the proper intel within your genes, your expression, you're going to think right, you're going to talk right, and you're going to live right. Intellect is to the people and the people's force. Whoo! Did you hear that? Intellect to the people and the people. Hold on. Intellect is to the people and the people's force. So why are the masses dumbed down and stupid, acting a damn fool, getting drunk to have fun, smoking like a damn fool all day and all night, overdoing it? Oh, I'm feeling better. You overdo everything because you lack intellect. You don't study enough, a lot of the masses, because you lack intellect. You lack self-discipline, self-control, self-esteem because you lack intellect. You lack structure and order, morals and principles. You move like a sheep. Therefore, you move like a slave. And the path you're walking on is to the broad path of destruction. When you operate with the supreme intellect, you're walking on the middle path, the straight and narrow gate to life, to the light. Light is synonymous with knowledge and wisdom. Listen to reason and listen to wisdom, my brothers and sisters. You know what time it is.
What? Slow motion this side.
Alright. It must be regulated by intellect, the chaos. Intellect is to the people and the people's force what the slender needle of the compass is to the ship, its soul, sun, solar, which gives you the supreme intelligence. Solar, sovereign sun, the radiant one, supreme natural intelligence. Always counseling, which is guiding you. The light that guides you out of the darkness of ignorance. Counseling you. Always counseling the huge mass of the wood and iron. And always pointing to the north. To attack the citadels built up on all sides against the human race by superstitions, despotisms, and prejudices. And you know, America especially is full of prejudices, racism, and bias. That's supreme ignorance. You lack intellect if you operate in prejudice. It's about the content of the person's character, ultimately, beyond anything else. It's about the person's actions. That's intellect, that's wisdom, that's knowledge, and how you measure a person, place, or thing. The force must have a brain and a law, structure and order, morals and principles. Brain is referencing to knowledge and wisdom, intellect. Then its deeds of daring produce permanent results. Shush! If you have a brain and law, then its deeds, which is the actions, the movement of daring, produce, production, generation, fruition, produces permanent results. And there is real progress. So you cannot have real progress if you don't have proper intellect, proper information. Information is supposed to transform you. Information, if used right, brings forth transformation. So if you're researching information and it's not transforming you, there's something wrong with the information you're looking at. You're being deformed in the wrong way, and you're going off the path. Sheesh. Ay, 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 ay.
What? Slow motion this side.
My brothers and sisters, you have been tricked and deceived. Religion is a control system, yes. But what did the Dalai Lama teach us? I have one of his quotes that passes by sometimes. I'll just summarize it. The Dalai Lama said, true religion is self-control. Etymology of religion is to bind, meaning it's a control system. The Dalai Lama further extends and adds on and says, it's about self-control, controlling yourself, regulating your own life, managing your own life, not acting a damn fool in life. So you gotta twist it. Oh, I don't practice religion. Ignorance. Anybody who says anything bad about religion is an ignorant. It's not religion that's issue. It's the one manipulating you with the control system and their agenda, which could make it bad. Oh, guns are bad. No, guns are not bad. It's the person using the gun. Knives are bad. No, it's the person, how their intent and how they're using the knife, the sword. Martial arts are bad. No, it's the person behind the art and skill that can use it for good or bad. This is intellect. Masses think ignorantly and start going, oh, religion is garbage, it's nonsense, oh, white man gave us this. Stop it. Religion is morals and principles, structure and order. That's truth blazing. Facts blazing. Facts being manufactured in a factory. So let's pull up the flames. Your soul is going to be burned today. It's going to be purified, refined, and cleaned up.
Light up the candle, tell them to. Rastafari, ever safe and secure. Hands off it clean and your heart off it pure. Light up the candle. Tell them to. Rastafari, ever safe and secure.
Let's go. Soul. The rifle and the cannon must be regulated by intellect. Intellect is to the people and the people's force what the slender needle of the compass is to the ship, its soul, always counseling, guiding the huge mass of wood and iron, and always pointing to the north to attack the citadels built up on all sides against the human race by superstitions, despotisms, and prejudices. Wake up the flock, I see you. It's funny how YouTube likes hiding the comment section of certain people that are in it. I can't see everybody because YouTube wants to make it appear that no one is watching. So I don't see everybody right away. I can only see people who consistently come in my chat commenting. I see those consistent people, but people that are not usually here, YouTube likes to hide it out and make it seem like people are not interested. I'm not deceived. YouTube's not going to deceive me with that foolishness. I could care less who's watching. I'm going to teach them to this wisdom and knowledge to the masses. However, I appreciate the support to the brothers and sisters that are in the chat, liking the video and spreading it and sharing. I appreciate those. However, I'm doing a message regardless of numbers, whether I see 0 or whether I see 1,000 in the chat plus. It don't matter to me. You're still going to get the work. So let's continue here. Intellect is to the people and to the people's force what slender needle of the compass is to the ship, its soul, always counseling, guiding the huge mass of the wood and iron, and always pointing to the north to attack the citadels built up on all sides against the human race by superstitions, despotisms, and prejudices. The force must have a brain and a law. Intellect, knowledge and wisdom, structure and order, morals and principles, in other words. So the forces can be effectively used for growth and development, progress, and movement in a positive direction. Then its deeds or actions of daring produce permanent results. And there is real progress. Then there are sublime conquests. Thought is a force, an element, and philosophy should be an energy, spirituality, the movement of energy, how energy moves, how energy connects to build sacred geometry, connections, relationships. That's the root of spirituality, connecting with the source to build relationships, connect, interfacing. Building a database of positive information, progressive information. Thought is a force and element, and philosophy should be an energy, finding its aim and its effects in the amelioration of mankind. The two great motors are truth and love. Highlight that again. The two great motors of life Number one most important thing is the truth. Next important thing is life, or sorry, love. Love. Truth is number one. So you got to be speaking the truth. If you cannot love, if you're not thinking the truth, speaking the truth, and living the truth. The two great motors is first one, is truth. Truth is absolute. Nothing is higher than truth. Everybody likes to talk about love, love, love. No. Shut your mouth. It's ignorant. Truth is number one. If you're not telling people the truth, you don't have love. Even if it may appear on the surface downplaying or negative, constructive criticism may seem negative, but it's really to build a person up, to make them better, to make them see their weaknesses, their flaws, so they could do better. That's tough love. People like to focus on soft love. Oh, we gotta be gentle. There's a time and place. But people are focusing way too much on that soft love. It's all about spreading love. My brother, my sister, love, love. What is love? The love you're spreading is soft love. You need to get the other side of the love too. Tough love, which is the embodiment of truth. Truth embodies the positive side of love and the negative side of love. Truth is the embodiment of all the facts of life, all the science of life in structure and order. So if you're talking about love and you're not talking the complete holistic truth, you don't really have love. Your love is conditional. Your love is folly. It's destruction. So as it says here in Freemasonry, esoteric knowledge, the highest principles is the two great motors are truth and love, with Albert Pike says, morals and dogma. He's showing you got to operate in the moral side. Dogmas, you got to let go of, because dogmas are not always good. You got to be ever expansive, ever versatile, ever diverse. Think outside the box. Don't be stuck in one place, in traditions, simple traditions alone. You got to learn to expound beyond that, and improve the traditions or ways of life you have. Not to stay in your one train of thought. It's about collecting all the pieces of the puzzles around the world to get the truth, my brothers and sisters. You must collect all the pieces around the world to get the truth. It's time to clean up your mind, brainwash, wash your mind out with the ignorance, and receive the supreme intelligence, the information that is made for transformation for you. There is nothing more ancient than the truth. That's 100% ancient wisdom. 3 things that cannot long be hidden: the sun, the moon, which leads you to the truth, which is the most powerful principle in here. Truth. Truth is embodiment of all of it. All the other principles that are under. You can't have love if you're not operating in truth. If you're not telling the truth, you're not living the truth to the best of your knowledge. Life is ever learning. It's a school of learning. Do the best with the information that you have at the time. However, at the end of the day, life is about growth and development. You must be growing, even if it's incremental millimeter amounts every day. Otherwise, what are you doing here? You pointed out an interesting thing. 14.4k subs Or 144K. Yep, the 144,000. We just need to add the zeros, right? The 144,000 of the elect and the chosen ones, right? The elect is the electrified ones. Elect is short for electricity. The electrified minds, full of electromagnetism, that have the light. Light is knowledge and wisdom and intelligence. Interesting you pointed that out. It's funny how the numerology works. 14.4K 144. That's a good thing you pointed out there. That's powerful. Powerful. Wake up the flock.
Woo! That's a killer right there. God damn. Woo! That's a killer right there. God damn.
Sheesh. Seems like you're an astute brother. Wake up the flock. That's powerful, man. That's definitely a great point there. So let's continue. Where are we at? So, the two great motors are truth and love. When all these forces are combined and guided by intellect, highlight, be marinated, seasoned, and spiced in this fire of truth. The two great motors are truth and love. When all these forces are combined and guided by intellect and regulated by rule of right. So it's about righteousness, right. Where are we at?
Hands off it clean and your heart off it pure.
Truth blazing, facts blazing, facts being manufactured in the factory. Truth and love, when all these forces are combined and guided by intellect, and regulated by rule of right and justice, and of combined and systematic movement of an effort, the great revolution prepared for the ages will begin to march in animation, motivity, movement. The power of the deity is in the equilibrium with wisdom. The power of the deity is in the equilibrium with its wisdom. Hence, the only results are harmony. Fresh! Are you listening? It is because force is ill-regulated that revolutions prove failures. Therefore, it is that so often insurrections coming from those high mountains that domineer over the moral horizon, justice, wisdom, reason, right, built of the purest snow, of the ideal after a long fall from the rock to rock. Did you hear that? What do I always tell you? Listen to reason. What is reason? Reason is real sun. The real sun. Rays from the sun, which is light, which is information. Direct information, specific information to guide you. Ra. It is because force is ill-regulated and revolutions prove failures because it's not properly organized with intellect, strategy, and tactic. The art of war, strategy and tactics, intellect, wisdom, knowledge of self. Therefore, it is that so often insurrection coming from those high mountains that domineer over the moral horizon, justice, wisdom, reason, right, built of the purest snow, of the ideal after a long fall from the rock to the rock.
Hands off it clean and your heart off it pure.
See, the people don't want to talk about the real information in Freemasonry. You're focusing on the dark side of Freemasonry, a lot of people. Oh, Freemason is evil, we should stay away from that. No, you're ignorant. They want you to stay away from this information. You're supposed to be getting the hidden knowledge from here. Does it sound evil? You got to embrace the knowledge here and apply it to your life. It's foundational knowledge. That other stuff people be talking about, yes, that's evil. The sacrifices, all that stuff, weird stuff they be doing, that they allegedly do, allegedly. And you may see it to some degree. It doesn't mean that's the essence of Freemasonry. The original purpose of Freemasonry and the secret societies of secret societies in general, the original purpose of secret societies, Freemasonry, was to preserve, record, and practice the ancient knowledge and guide the masses to growth and development. You got evil men that have gained access to this knowledge from Masonry, putting the bricks, building architecture, the architecture of intelligence, the architecture of knowledge, the architecture of life sciences. You got evil men that's using these sciences and using the reverse polar counter knowledge against you for their agenda. They're using the shadow side of the architecture, which is destruction, against you. However, the essence of secret societies is not evil. The essence of secret societies is all the intellectuals come together, bring their pieces of knowledge and wisdom to the table based on the observation and study of nature, extracting the sciences out of nature, on the earth, ground, in the ground, sea, and cosmos, and they are recording it on records and preserving the information and encrypting the information from the masses, because some of the knowledge that is being learned is not fit for the masses because they lack morals and principles, structure and order, self-control, self-discipline, self-esteem, because some of that knowledge can be used in a negative light, a negative dark light. That's why knowledge and wisdom in secret societies are encrypted, and fragments are only placed throughout many books, many books, in order to hide the information from the masses, which are dumbed down and ignorant, which are chaotic. So secret societies in general are just made to preserve, are just crafted and set up to preserve the ancient knowledge of life. Positive and negative aspects of elements, forces of life. All knowledge is not for everybody. All intelligence is not for everybody, because some people are unfit to receive the power of this knowledge because they're going to cause havoc on the planet. But there is some people on the planet who has gained access through their wealth to gain access to knowledge, and they get access to some of it, and they use it to take advantage of people. It doesn't mean the actual roots of Freemasonry, which is the architecture of life science, knowing how this life functions and works. That's what Freemasonry is, the architecture of life sciences. Secret societies' purposes was to preserve certain pieces of knowledge. And each secret society specialized in a certain science of life. And they preserve the knowledge of that piece that they have, that they are masterful in. This is the real understanding, the true understanding of it. Gotta let that marinate, be seasoned and spiced in that fire of truth. It's about the preservation of supreme intelligence. That's what it's about. The preservation of life sciences.
What? Slow motion this side.
Yo, brothers and sisters, we got 7 people in the sanctuary. We gotta get the likes up. 3? Are you serious?